This video is about a sample I made during the Messages and Meanings project, working with garments left over from people close to me who had died. So specifically, the piece that you'll see elsewhere, which was Lewis's shirt. It started life as a dark print shirt, and I worked in various ways with it to essentially deconstruct it, and was left with fragments like these, which I anonymised by dyeing black. I stiffened with various substances, stitched into them various words relating to loss, and I ended up with some very small, intriguing little pieces that I tried shaping into vessel forms which related to something I'd done in assignment 1, but in the end I wanted to wrap them up tight. They felt kind of precious, or as though they held something important. So I ended up with a series of 7 or 8 of these bundles, which are slightly stiff and slightly not textile-y, blackened by dye, which I think gives the idea of age, or even like they've survived something like a fire. So you have to look very closely to see that they're actually a printed shirt fabric. You can see elements of it in places. And I wrapped them in various waxed threads, so they have these loose ends coming off them, which I feel suggest either something escaping or some kind of like almost force field of energy around them. And I intended them, and in my final assessment I lined them up along along a shelf here like this, so that they would form a sort of series, really, basically whereby they are both similar and different, and they sort of call to mind the idea of remnants, the idea of memories, but coming back again to this idea of wrapping, which has been quite important to me, as in enclosing and keeping safe, and also the loose ends and the loose threads and even the frayed edges of the fabric, which have more of a sense of openness and a sort of something that's ongoing. I expanded into larger bundles which have more loose ends on them, and eventually into a full shirt. But that really was looking very much at what do we do with these fragments of memory, fragments of textiles that might mean something to us, but we don't just want kind of hanging around forever.